and welcome. Give a few minutes here for anyone who will be coming tonight. This is the Insight Mediation reading group of the Palm Beaches, meeting virtually for about a month now due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Normally we meet every Tuesdays, not every Tuesday, but normally we meet in libraries and meditate together in person. Feel free to jump into the chat, say hello, and if you have any questions or if this is your first time, let me know. Otherwise, if you're returning regular, it's great to see you again. Well, great to know that you're live with me at least, and that we can meditate together. Ping, my wife, will be joining us soon. She's still putting the baby to sleep. How's everybody doing tonight? I know it's a Saturday night. So it might be a little bit odd to kind of spend your evening meditating online, but honestly, it's one of the best uses of your time. Hi, Rhonda. Nice to see you. I did take a look at that, what's her name, Tara Branch? Yeah, that Tara Branch's website as pre-recommendation to her ongoing live Zoom sessions. It's pretty cool. It's like every hour they have a new Zoom session going on. That's pretty neat. Man, she's got a very professional outfit there online. Who knows, maybe one day we'll have a group like that here in Florida. Maybe this one, maybe another one. There's an Insight group down in Fort Lauderdale. It's a bit more developed. It's called Home, H-O-M. Although they're a bit more on the MBSR side of things, but they're great too. They're just a little far for us. How's everyone's weekly, daily practice been going? I know mine has been a little more difficult as of late. My habit is being disrupted by my baby daughter. Used to be able to meditate with her quite easily in the mornings because she was peaceful and just kind of laid there and didn't do much. These days she requires much more attention. So I can be mindful while I play with her, but it's not formal sitting practice anymore. So I have to find some more windows for my practice. I try to squeeze some in here and there right before work, in the evenings, before beds, that sort of thing. But I do need to instigate a longer, more regular session. That regularity is key. Okay, so it's 5 after, so looks like we might have a small group tonight, and that's totally fine. No worries there. If anyone joins in later on, that's okay. I'll start with the traditional short instruction. So if you're regular, it's just a reminder, practice. So I know sometimes we listen to different teachers or practice different methods depending on where we're at and what we're doing. So it's always nice to have a little refresher on Insight Meditation. And that's why I always find it refreshing to go back over the basics. Rhonda says, there's another group called Inner Space of Kindness in Florida online. Okay, cool. Yeah, curious about the online groups out there. Outside of the group I run here, I don't usually seek out other groups unless I'm new to town. Rhonda says, you can find them on Facebook. They have several meditations a week. Oh, that's awesome. Cool. Rhonda, do you normally meditate like every day with a different group or guiding or like different teachers and whatnot? Like, are you usually being guided by somebody else? Just curious. It seems like you know a lot of the groups, Okay. You can be our meditation group Sherpa, guiding us around the different groups. I dare say this might be the smallest one. Yeah, each group will have a bit different flavor based on my experience. Different teachers, different experiences within those teachers, leads them to teach a little differently, which can offer different perspectives on the same thing. So it's kind of neat. Everyone's pointing at something from a different spot. And if they're all looking at the same object, it gives you a more accurate position. That's how I like to think of it anyway. As long as you don't get confused, that's the danger. Some meditation teachers, like some of the teachers I've studied with, they will only recommend staying with one teacher or with one method of meditation, and are worried about doubt or confusion arising by mixing things up too much. So there's always that hindrance to look out for, but I think generally if you got a good head on your shoulders, you can kind of see for yourself what's working, what's not. Okay, so as to the normal layout of the group, so short instruction, 30 to 40 minute guiding, followed by group discussion, questions, sharing. Hi, Cheryl. No problem. I think a few will kind of trickle in as we go. So no worries. Happy to have you. All right, so just starting the instruction now. We're just kind of chatting earlier. So this is Insight Meditation, otherwise known as Vipassana. Vipassana means seeing clearly. So this practice is about getting to see each moment of present experience clearly as for what it is, without bringing anything to it, without bringing judgment, without bringing some preconceived ideas, without labeling it good or bad, just raw experience. Through seeing clearly, we begin to understand the nature of our minds better, the nature of suffering, the nature of what's real, the nature of wisdom, how best to move through this life. So insight meditation will help us with all of that. Also help us avoid undue suffering. Train us to be able to respond instead of react. So keep in mind that's all this is. We are simply training our minds. It's a practice. So don't feel like if your mind wandered a lot or you fell asleep that your meditation was bad or a failure. It's just practice. We're practicing for all those other moments of our life. Here's the gym of the mind. So we'll work out these mindfulness muscles so that later on during the day, if somebody does something that we may normally find annoying or inspiring anger, that we might be able to be mindful and catch it before it sweeps us away. So how do we do this? How do we do this practice? It's surprisingly simple. As anytime I've had really deep meditation, I've always come out the other side with that thought. Wow, it's so simple. So it's not complicated. There's not a lot to do. In fact, there's nothing to do. Try to stop doing whatever it is you're doing. Stop forcing your body into a certain position. Stop trying to stop the thoughts. We're not here to stop the thoughts. We're here to observe thoughts as they rise and fall. As we meditate, there is no obtrusions into our meditation. You may feel, a sound or a wandering thought came in and interrupted my meditation, pulled me away from the breath. I'm supposed to be on the breath. So anytime those things that come up that we may feel like it's an interruption, those are simply objects that we are to be mindful of. Those are your new objects. Each moment's a new one. So simply sit back with an open awareness and allow whatever object to come. So sit on the breath, rest on the breath, and then if things come along, know them as soon as they come, or soon after, as most people cannot catch things immediately, not until they're deep and still into their meditation. So as soon as you're able, become aware of the wandering thought, and don't try to force it away, don't try to hammer it. Just simply bring that meta awareness to it. Just simply know that you're thinking. And then don't try to analyze the thoughts. Don't try to do anything with it. Don't judge yourself for the thought. Just let the thought go and move on to the next object. Allow your focus to continue moving with the flow of the present moment. However you may react to the thought, there may be a flash of annoyance, a sudden thrill of energy. I caught one. That's okay. Simply bring that same awareness to that reaction. Sometimes it is a useful exercise to see if you can ascertain where the thought came from. Now, this is just an exercise, not something you want to do constantly. But if you want to investigate a particular aspect of the mind. Insight meditation allows for this. So if you know what triggered the thought immediately, great. Then you know where to look for next when it begins. If not, try to trace back the history of your experience moment by moment. What happened the moment just before that thought occurred? And what happened before that? For example, you may be thinking about an ex. You may feel annoyed. You catch the thought. You wind the mind back. How did I get on the ex? I had the thought, pain in my neck, because my neck is stiff and sore right now. Oh, I wasn't mindful of the stiff and sore neck. So it started generating a thought in reaction to that sensation. Oftentimes it's like this. One moment of not being mindful leads to another moment of not being mindful until you can suddenly catch it. And likewise, the opposite is true. A mindful moment will lead to another mindful moment. So tonight, let us practice maintaining mindful moment after mindful moment as long as you can. Stay with the present moments as they occur. It is a very fast-moving stream of experience. Too fast for us to really comprehend. However, don't try to catch everything. Just catch whatever is right in front of you, whatever is really obvious. Don't feel like you have to dam the whole river. Just whatever's right in front of you. The key here is just exercising that mindfulness moment after moment. One method in Insight Meditation we use to assist us is noting. A note is a soft, gentle mental label that we apply to different experiences. With breath, you might note rising, falling. With sound, hearing, hearing, hearing. With a thought, thinking, thinking, thinking. So just note simply and gently. Don't overthink the labels. It is simply a means of helping you take a step back from the experience. If you're conscious enough to label it, you're no longer caught up in it, and you'll be able to let go. So the practice of labeling is essentially the practice of stepping back, of simplifying experience, not getting caught up in the labels or concepts we might have about those experiences. We'll start by relaxing the body part by part. The reason we do this is to help us be aware of any places of tension so that we may relax them. And we relax by releasing the body's tensions. Oftentimes we're holding something tight. It's a way to relieve stress and a way to get the mind to calm down. We come into these sessions often from busy lives. So sometimes the mind needs a few minutes to wind down. Otherwise, we sit down and just immediately close our eyes. The river of the mind may just sweep us away. So this will give us a very concrete object to hold our attention until our mind can calm down and become a little more still. After that, we will enter into the more open awareness with the breath as our home base. Throughout the rest of the meditation, I will chime in every so often to remind us to be mindful. At the end, I will ring a bell, at which we will open the eyes and begin just general discussion. Without further ado, let's begin tonight's meditation. Sorry if that short intro talk went a little long. I'm a little chatty sometimes. Anywho, find a comfortable way of sitting. Relax the knees and the back and the arms. Make sure the body is balanced. That the head and neck are straight. If you're in a chair, that your feet are flat in the floor. Arms resting on the legs or in the lap. Just check the posture, ensuring that you're comfortable and that you'll be able to hold this position for the duration of the meditation. If during the meditation you feel the need to adjust or scratch an itch, that's fine. However, practice a little restraint. We practice restraint with our mind by holding it to the breath. We also practice restraint with the body to reinforce the practice of the mind, to not give in to every little aversion or desire, to be able to respond and not react. So by waiting a moment before scratching the itch, we practice this. So before moving and before itching, give it that moment. And now let us begin tonight's meditation by gently and softly closing the eyes. Or, if it's comfortable for you, leaving the eyes just slightly open. Whatever feels natural and allows the mind to be still. Take a few long, deep breaths. Feel the lungs expanding the rib cage. And breathe out completely, feeling the tightness in the stomach as we press the air out. Breathe in, energizing the body. Breathe out, releasing stress. Breathe in, positivity. Breathe out, tension. Now bring awareness to the body. Move awareness through the body feeling different areas of sensations, different types. What is actually there? Feel the air on the skin, the clothes, the warmth. Feel the pressure of gravity gently pushing down. Feel the pressure in the legs and in the butt. Feel spots within the muscles wherever contact or tension occurs. Be aware as though from a distance, observing like a naturalist, watching wild animals in the forest. Simply observe these sensations without identifying with them or labeling them. Simply know them as they are. Feel the gentle movements of the body, the beating of the heart, the flow of blood through the veins. Feel the energy and electricity within the body. Feel the gentle movements of the breath, rising and falling. Bring awareness now to the head. Feel the sensations around the skull, in the face, between the eyes. With each out breath, allow the head to relax. Feel the muscles softening. Release the tension. Allow the eyes So just simply be. Breathing out, feel the head relaxing. Let all the tension melt downward with gravity, leaving the head. Now feel the neck, shoulders. With each out breath, feel them relaxing. Feel the muscles soften, just letting go, releasing. Breathing out, feel them relaxing. Feel the arms, the hands. Breathing out, feel them relaxing. Feel the back, feel the muscles softening with each breath. Allow the tension to melt down, leaving the muscles comfortable and relaxed. Breathing out, feel the back relaxing. Feel the legs, waist, feet and knees. Feel them relaxing. Letting all the tension of the body flow down. Feel the chest, the abdomen. Feel them relaxing each breath. Feel the body. Feel for any remaining spots of tension or tightness. Allow awareness to rest on this spot. Be mindful each moment of the sensations here. Is each sensation you feel continuous, or is each moment a new sensation, rising and falling, one after the other? With each out-breath, allow it to soften. Allow all the remaining tension to relax. Breathing out, feel the body relaxing. Feel the emptiness of the body. With no bones, no muscles, simply sensation, simply the feeling of being relaxed. Allow awareness to rest with the breath, our home base. Bring an energetic awareness to the breath, restful yet vigilant, sticking to the present moment. Through the breath, note the beginning of each inhalation and the beginning of each exhalation. Stay with the breath as it moves, changing. Staying with the breath from each beginning of each inhalation, the ending, and likewise as we breathe out. Let go of everything else and simply focus on the breath. Take a moment to set a strong intention to stay with the present moment. Set an intention to stay mindful of each experience. And if we have a frequent returning hindrance in meditation, set a strong intention to confront that hindrance and to move past it tonight. Stay with the breath, balanced, relaxed, mindful. Be mindful, relax, concentrated. Be mindful, aware of each moment, without judgment. Now bring awareness to the center of the body, the center of the feeling of peace, center of positivity, center of our inner light. Feel a bright, glowing ball here at the center. Within this bright sphere is all of your positivity, your compassion, your love and kindness. Feel this loving kindness emanating from the ball like light shining from the sun, bringing warmth and compassion to all that come under the light. Allow this light to grow, spreading outward, surrounding yourself, emanating and radiating loving kindness. Imagine it spreading outward, coming into contact with each person that is nearby. With each person it contacts, send to them your positive energy, your loving kindness, compassion, and imagine a big, bright smile on their face. Send it to each person in turn in an ever-widening circle. Truly wish each of them well, without judgment or conditions, just a genuine wish for their well-being and happiness, for them to find true peace. Spread this loving kindness out into the neighborhood. Including the little animals, to all living beings. Allow the light to continue expanding. Let your loving kindness grow, spreading to all within the city, to all of Florida, to the whole country, to the whole world. And lastly, send loving kindness to yourself. Wish yourself to be truly happy, to be well, to be free of suffering, to find peace. And imagine a big smile on your face. Remain mindful of all the feelings and sensations. Be aware of the empathetic joy of wishing others to be well. As we come now to the end of tonight's meditation, we'll gently ring the bell, after which we'll open the eyes while staying mindful. And slowly and gently come out of meditation. Maintaining mindfulness. How's everyone doing? Relaxed? Feeling recharged? That was good TV, Cheryl says. Okay, I'll take it. Oh, sorry. TY. Thank you. Sorry. After meditation, my eyes are a little blurry. You're all very welcome. Yeah, that would be nice if we could turn on the TV and this guided meditation channel. That'd be cool. Ping says, "Hi everybody, sorry I arrived late. It was interesting to meditate between caring for baby." Ping has the job of babysitting while I guide. So sometimes she gets to meditate with us, other times it's not really long enough to really get down. He says, "Great idea, guided meditation channel. Why is there no such thing?" You would think, right? Mindfulness is so popular nowadays. You could have a whole TV station devoted to guided meditation and meditation talks and yoga, all sorts of good stuff. They had Gaia TV when I lived in Maryland. It had yoga and meditation all day long on cable. They don't have that station on AT&T Uverse. That sounds really cool, gosh. Well, Ping, I'm glad you had at least 10 minutes to relax. It's mostly metta meditation for you, right? Metta meditation can be quite powerful and relaxing, actually. So even if you only have 10 minutes, having part of that be metta is actually very valuable. Actually, if you're mindful of how different things make you feel, like different meditations, like metta, you'll notice metta, at least for me and many people I've talked to, it has a very energizing and charging effect. Last week we talked about sleepiness as a hindrance a little bit. One thing I actually forgot to mention is take a short break to practice metta, if it works for you. It is a way to inspire joy and energy in your meditation. So if you find yourself falling asleep, do that same practice yourself. You don't need to have someone guide you. You can do it on your own. Just start with a small light of loving kindness and allow it to grow and spread as an exercise. By the end, I'm always filled with joy and brightness. And then after you're done, then you can slip right back into Vipassana. Cheryl said 10 minutes plus baby joy. Yes, sometimes it's joy. Pink says, I spread the love to my parents as I got annoyed with them more easily these days. Yeah, they can use it. Actually, that's a very, very useful practice with metta, is to spread it to someone who's recently um, had some sort of negative interaction with you. So if you got angry with someone or annoyed or frustrated, then that's a perfect person to spread loving kindness to. Sometimes it's easier to start with the easy people, though. Work your way up towards the challenging ones. Does anyone want to share any experience of tonight, like how their meditation went, any challenges or successes, insights or thoughts, or anything else, questions or challenges we've had during the week? For me tonight was, even on guiding, it's pretty good. Although most times I get to sit and do formal meditation, my meditations are very still and peaceful and bright. Tonight was particularly nice one, especially towards the end, being able to sit in that quiet, still space and be able to continually step back from thoughts as they would come. So each thought would come, and I'd be able to take that step back, be mindful. And each time I did, it was as though I could feel the joy of mindfulness blossoming. So every time I was able to take a step back, it was very filled with joy and brightness, which was quite lovely. Cheryl says, maybe we take a moment to send peace to this world right now together. Sure. It's a good thing to do during any time or meditation, is to share the peace that we feel ourselves with those around us, to everyone, the whole world. Take that peace and light and joy that we feel inside. And allow it to spread like a swift sunrise. Letting this peace light up the world. Letting it sink into each heart. Relieving a little bit of the stress of life, the suffering, letting go and falling into peace. Feel the warmth. Maintain this feeling of peace and compassion. And if you had your eyes closed, slowly open them back. As we go throughout our day and our week, maintain this feeling of warmth and peace. Make it a practice to spread love and kindness, especially when we feel down or stressed, when the world feels dark. Take a moment to brighten it with your inner light. Metta isn't always an aspect of practice that's emphasized with insight, but I feel these days it's especially appropriate. Okay, any other experiences anyone would like to share, or thoughts, questions, wisdom they stumbled across? I don't always want it to be the Patrick show. It's pure let. Sorry if I'm drinking a lot. All right. If there's nothing else, then it was lovely getting back together again. We'll post a link for the next week's session through the emails that we normally do. And as always, this video will be available on this meditation channel. I'll be trying to post a few more guided separate videos soon, where it's just a short 30 to 45 minute session, and that'll be like a little curated section with varying degrees of guiding. That's my goal. All right, everyone, thank you for coming. Have a good night. Stay mindful. Do a little session before you go to bed. And we'll see you next week. Stay safe.